Every summer, thousands of swimmers find themselves caught off guard. Facing a danger, few can escape.
People would not go skydiving without taking lessons, without wearing all the protective gear. But here, people go swimming in the ocean and really have no idea what the dangers are.
Rip currents are the biggest threat. They account for 2,000 to 4,000 rescues in Ocean City every year.
Unit 2, Ocean City.
Ocean City Beach Patrol Captain Butch Arbin says rip currents are difficult for the average person to spot. That's why he says you should check with the lifeguard before you swim.
We'll actually swim over the sandbar.
Arbin agreed to help us demonstrate survival techniques.
You'll save more lives with this story than we're ever going to save in the summer.
For safety, we enter the water surrounded by the Beach Patrol. 11 news photographers are on shore, in the water, and Sky Team 11 is up above.
So are rip currents the #1 threat to a swimmer in Ocean
Absolutely,
City?
absolutely, yeah.
So are we actually in the rip current right now?
We're in the edges of it.
This one wasn't very strong, but Arbin says that can quickly change. Take a look at this view from Sky Team 11 to see how it happens. A high volume of water flows across a sandbar and has to make its way back out. But it's blocked by the sandbar, so it rushes through a narrow opening or break, creating a fast-moving current, a funnel effect that sucks you out with the water.
Even a good Olympic swimmer can't swim against it.
Weaker rip currents can be dangerous too.
There's a rescue, a real rescue.
This boy found himself stuck in shallow water. The lifeguard spotted him and dove into action.
You got a kid on a boogie board, got pulled into the rip. He's crossway on a board, and that's an indication to us that he really doesn't know how to use it, he doesn't know how to swim.
You can find yourself caught in a rip current in knee-deep water. The force is pulling you away from the coastline. It's almost like being on a treadmill. The harder you try to make your way back to shore, the harder it pulls you away.
So what if you're caught in a powerful rip current? You have a couple of options. First, control your urge to fight it. Conserve your energy, and Arbin says if you're able, swim across the rip until you're out of it and you don't feel that backwards pull anymore. Then swim safely to shore, angling away from the rip.
What we want to do is we want to cross the rip.
My goal is to end up at that checkered flag.
Well, I'm ready to get out of this thing.
All right.
It's very strong.
All right.
All right, so let's swim for that point then.
Swim for that point, right.
The width of a rip current varies. I'm able to swim across this one, but it's difficult. Again, you want to swim parallel to the coast. Then, when you're out of the rip, swim back to shore, angling away from the rip.
Ooh, but it's hard on your legs. Destination flag.
You do have another option if you can't make it across the rip. Wave for help and focus on staying afloat. It's important not to panic while you're out there. You need to go against your natural instincts and let the rip current carry you out. You can float or tread water.
It's not going to take you to England. It's going to take you out past the sandbar.
Once you get past the sandbar, the rip current dissipates. Don't try to swim directly back in because you'll likely get caught in it again. Instead, swim parallel to the coast to get around the rip and make your way back to shore. Even though you may end up farther out, once you're beyond the grip of the rip, swimming parallel to the shore should become easier. Continue moving away from the rip current until you're able to make it safely back to the beach.
It's trying to drag me back in, and that wasn't even a very strong rip current. You can see why you get exhausted if you were trying to fight it directly to get out.
Arbin says most rip current deaths happen when lifeguards are off duty. His best advice, keep your feet in the sand when the lifeguards leave the stand. And if you find yourself caught in a rip current, don't fight it. Let the knowledge that you can survive keep you afloat until you're in a spot where you can safely swim to shore. In Ocean City, Carrie Cavanaugh, WBAL TV 11 News.